Hey guys, it is I, Kuroninja, and after reviewing 24 episodes of Shinkenger, I have decided to review its movie, Samurai Sentai Shinkenger the movie, The Fateful War. I was told this movie was important for a later part of Shinkenger, but I was always planning to review this movie, since it's the first time I'm watching it. Now, the only things I knew about this movie was that it introduces the Kyoryu, Origami, and Hyper Shinken Red, and there's a villain who got adapted into Power Ranger Samurai's movie, which also had footage from another Shinkenger movie we won't talk about just yet. What I didn't know much of was the story, and it turns out there isn't that much of a story. The movie begins with the Shinkengers struggling to fight against Aburame Mampuku, one of the Gedoshu's strongest generals and the leader of the Kusare Gedoshu. The Shinkengers only survive because the Kusare Gedoshu dry up and have to return to the Sanzu River. Then Hikoma reveals that the location of the Founder's Disc has been revealed, and it contains the power of the very first Shinken Red, who sealed Mampuku away long ago. It's in enemy territory, so Ryunosuke and Kotoha have the idea to disguise themselves as Nanashi. The Shinkengers find the disc, but all it does is release a message from the first Shinken Red to find the hidden power when facing it. Despite coming back seemingly empty-handed, the Shinkengers know that other people are counting on them to defeat the Kusare Gedoshu, and so they battle against them again while riding on horseback. Juzo almost gets to fight Shinken Red, but instead he fights against Genta. Takeru then has a duel with Mampuku and notices that the kanji for power is on his shoulder. He equips the disc and stabs it into Mampuku's shoulder, unlocking the power of Hyper Shinken Red and turning his sword into Kyoryu Maru. Takeru then finishes off Mampuku, but there's still his second life. The Shinkengers think they defeat Mampuku a second time with Tenku Shinkeno, but then he reveals his true form and takes them down. That's when the spirit of the first Shinken Red returns, and Takeru uses Kyoryu Maru to summon the Kyoryu Origami, which weakens Mampuku. Then the Shinkengers equip the Kyoryu Origami into Shinkeno and finish off Mampuku Aburame once and for all. Now, I thought this movie would be about an hour or at least 40 minutes, but it's the typical length of an average TV episode. Most of the movie is spent fighting the Kusare Gedoshu, so there's not that much story. But if you don't care about the story and watch tokusatsu for the action, then you will enjoy this movie. The part where Takeru charged straight toward Mampuku on horseback was really cool, just like the part where he figured out what the first Shinken Red was trying to say. I also like the style of Hyper Shinken Red, and this form looks good on Takeru, but it's not like I think he's a good Red Ranger or anything. Now let's talk about Kyoryu Origami. Kyoryu Maru, in my opinion, looks good as a sword when it's used by both Hyper Shinken Red and Kyoryu Shinkeno. It does not look good as an origami in my opinion. Apparently it's meant to be a Tyrannosaurus, but its neck is too long. It looks more like a Diplodocus to me. I think it looks more like a shark than a dinosaur, and I have a feeling there are some people on Earth too who would agree with me. I don't mind the simple plot of this movie, but there was one thing I didn't like. Genta in this movie was like me when I'm with Kuroninja, because he had nothing to do. The fight with Juzo only happened because the higher powers suddenly remembered that Genta existed and didn't know what to do with him. Other than that, it's a good movie if you're a fan of samurai reenactments or you want something to pass the time. Anyway, that is all for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, I have nothing to do with Kuroninja.